Welcome to BL Without Labels, where the story isn't defined by words. Stay with the story. Support us. Every timeline starts with your kiss. Chapter 1: The Kiss That Breaks Time. Let me start with myself, because in every version of this story, I'm the one who doesn't understand what's happening until it's already too late. My name is Evan. I'm 23, live alone, and I've always felt like my life started halfway through a sentence. Like something important happened before I arrived, and everyone else remembers it except me. I notice things most people don't. The way silence lingers after someone says goodbye. The way certain streets make my chest ache for no reason. The way my dreams feel more real than my mornings. I've learned not to talk about it. People don't like hearing that you feel haunted by a future you haven't lived yet. The second thing you should know is this. I don't believe in fate. At least, I didn't. Fate felt lazy. A word people used when they didn't want to explain coincidence. I believed in choices. In accidents. In the comfort of randomness. And then I met him. I see him for the first time on a night that feels wrong from the start. The air is too heavy. The city lights flicker like they're unsure they should exist. I'm walking home, headphones in, half lost in thought, when the pressure in my chest spikes so hard I have to stop. That's when I notice him. He's standing across the street, rain soaking through his jacket, eyes locked on me like he's been searching for hours, and just found the answer. There's something unsettling about him. Not dangerous. Familiar. Like a memory standing upright. Later, I'll learn his name is Liam. Later, I'll learn he's older than he looks, not in years, but in exhaustion. In the way his shoulders carry weight no one should have to hold. But right now, he's just a stranger staring at me like I'm the only stable thing in a collapsing world. He crosses the street fast. Too fast. Hey, I start, but he grabs my wrist. His touch is warm. Steady. Real in a way the rest of the night suddenly isn't. Please, he says, breath shaking. Don't pull away. I should be scared. I'm not. That's the strangest part. His eyes flick over my face like he's memorizing me all over again. Like he's afraid this moment won't last. You don't remember me, he says softly. My heart stutters. I've never met you, I reply. He smiles, and it hurts to see. I know. A sound explodes behind us. Shouting. Footsteps. The sharp crack of something breaking reality's rhythm. Liam swears under his breath. There's no time, he murmurs. I'm sorry. For what? I ask. He steps closer. Close enough that I can feel his breath. Close enough that the world seems to lean in. For starting it this way again. And then he kisses me. It's not gentle. It's not slow. It's desperate, like a goodbye pretending to be a beginning. His hand cups my jaw like he's afraid I'll vanish if he lets go. The moment our lips meet, the world stutters. Not stops. Stutters. Like reality skips a heartbeat. Like fractures. Sound bends. My name echoes somewhere it shouldn't. And for one impossible second, I swear I hear myself whisper. Oh. It's you. Then the city dissolves. Time breaks. And everything I thought I knew about my life falls apart, starting with that kiss. Chapter 2: The Man Who Remembers Everything. I wake up gasping. Not from pain. From absence. The city is gone. The rain is gone. The noise that once wrapped around us like a living thing has vanished completely. I'm lying on a wooden floor, cool against my palms. Sunlight spills through tall windows, soft and golden, like morning has decided to be gentle with me. For a moment, I wonder if I'm dead. Then I hear breathing. Not mine. I push myself up, and there he is. Sitting a few feet away. Back against the wall. Knees drawn up like he's been here a long time, waiting to see if I'd wake up again. Liam. The name surfaces in my mind without explanation. I don't question it. You're awake, he says quietly. His voice is lower here. Less rushed. Still tired, but steadier, like the storm inside him has learned how to hold itself together. What did you do to me? I ask. He flinches. Nothing you didn't ask for, he replies. Even if you didn't know you were asking. That makes no sense. I stand, my legs shaking. The room is empty except for us. Old wood. Faded paint. A place that feels borrowed. Where are we? I demand. He looks at me like he's choosing every word carefully. Somewhere between leaving and staying. I let out a humorless laugh. That's not an answer. No, he agrees. But it's the truth. I study him now that I can breathe. He looks human enough. Dark hair, slightly too long. Sharp cheekbones softened by exhaustion. There's a faint scar near his collarbone, half hidden by his shirt, like a story he stopped telling halfway through. But his eyes? They don't look at me like someone meeting a stranger. They look like someone finding something he lost. You kiss me, I say. His jaw tightens. Yes. And the world broke. Yes. You knew that would happen. He doesn't answer right away. When he finally speaks, his voice is barely above a whisper. It always does. I shake my head, backing away. No. No, I don't believe this. You drugged me. This is a trick. A hallucination. I wish it were, he says softly. He stands, and I feel it again. That pull. Like my body recognizes him even when my mind refuses to. I've done this wrong so many times, he continues. Too fast. Too slow. Too honest. Not honest enough. Done what? I snap. He meets my eyes. Met you. The word lands heavy. My chest tightens. Evan, he says. Hearing my name from his mouth feels dangerous. How do you know my name? A sad smile curves his lips. Because you tell me, he replies. Every time. Right before you run. Silence swells between us. I don't know what scares me more, that he knows me or that some part of me believes him. What do you want from me? I ask. His answer is immediate. To keep you alive. That should terrify me. Instead, something in my chest aches, like I've heard those words before. Outside the windows, the light flickers. Not fades. Flickers. And for the first time since waking up, Liam looks afraid. They're already adjusting, he murmurs. Who? I ask. He steps closer, lowering his voice like the walls might be listening. Time, he says. And it doesn't like being interrupted. He looks at me, really looks at me. You trusted me once, he says gently. I need you to do it again. I swallow. My heart answers before I can stop it. Why? His voice breaks, just a little. Because in every timeline, he says, I'm the one who remembers you. And suddenly, I'm not sure which of us that's worse for. Chapter 3, The Rule of the Kiss. Liam doesn't touch me again. Not at first. He keeps his distance like he's afraid one wrong move might tear the room apart. Like proximity itself is dangerous. I'm the one who breaks the silence. You said it always happens, I say. My voice sounds steadier than I feel. The kiss? He nods once. It's the rule, he replies. The first one. The anchor. Anchor to what? He exhales slowly, eyes drifting to the window where the light keeps flickering, like it can't decide what time it belongs to. To each other. That word lands heavier than it should. He finally sits across from me, close enough that I can feel warmth radiating from him, but not close enough to touch. In every timeline, he begins, we meet differently. He speaks like someone reciting something memorized through pain, Different cities. Different lives. Sometimes we're strangers. Sometimes we're already friends. Once, he stops himself, jaw tightening. Once we were married. My breath catches. That's not funny, I whisper. I know. His eyes lift to mine. I'm not joking. I shake my head, pacing the room. This is insane. You expect me to believe the universe resets itself because we kiss? No, he says gently. I expect you to believe the universe notices. He leans forward now. Time is flexible, he continues. Memories fade. Places collapse. But connection, real connection, leaves a mark. I laugh, sharp and brittle. So we're some kind of cosmic exception. Liam's mouth curves into something soft. Fond. No, he says. We're a pattern. I stop pacing. A pattern of what? He looks at me like he hates the answer. Finding each other, he says. And losing each other. The room feels smaller. Why the kiss? I ask quietly. Because it's the one moment you never resist, he replies. No matter who you are. No matter how scared you are. When it's me, you don't pull away. Something in my chest twists painfully. And after? His gaze drops. After the kiss, time locks us together. It starts paying attention. That doesn't sound good. It isn't. I remember the way my lips tingled before I ever met him. The way my body reacted before my mind caught up. You said I run, I say. Yes. Why? Liam closes his eyes. Because loving me has consequences. The flickering light outside sharpens, like lightning trapped behind glass. And you? I ask. What do you do? His eyes open, dark and honest. I chase you, he says. Across every version of reality. The weight of that steals my breath. And this time? I whisper. He hesitates. This time, he says, I'm hoping you'll stay long enough to understand what the kiss actually starts. The room hums. Time presses in. And deep down, I already know. That kiss wasn't an accident. It was a warning. Chapter 4, The Timelines We Don't Remember. Liam doesn't tell me everything at once. He never has. That's what he says, never has, like this isn't the first time we've sat across from each other with the truth trembling between us. Some memories aren't meant to arrive gently, he murmurs. I don't argue. I just listen. He moves to the far wall, presses his palm against it like he's grounding himself. The room responds with a low hum, almost like it recognizes him. Close your eyes, he says. I hesitate. What if I don't like what I see? You never do, he replies softly. But you always want to know. That hurts, because it feels true. I close my eyes. At first, there's nothing. Then. Fragments. Not dreams. Not visions. Memories that aren't mine slam into me like borrowed breath. I'm laughing. Loud. Unrestrained. Liam's arms are around my waist in a kitchen washed in sunset light. We're arguing about something stupid, music, maybe, but it feels safe. Happy. The image shatters. Now I'm crying. Hospitals. White walls. My hands are shaking as I press them to his chest, begging him not to go somewhere I can't follow. Another fracture. Fire. The heat is unbearable. Sirens scream. Liam shoves me forward, eyes wild with fear. Run, he yells. I won't leave you. You always do, he snaps, then softer, breaking, and I forgive you every time. I gasp and stumble backward, eyes flying open. My heart is pounding like it's trying to escape my ribs. Liam is already there, steadying me. Enough, I choke out. Please. He lets go immediately. I'm sorry, he says. And this time, it sounds like it's for more than just now. That's not possible, I whisper. I would remember loving you like that. He shakes his head. No, he says gently. You remember the feelings, not the reasons. I press a hand to my chest. The ache is unbearable now. How many? I ask. He doesn't answer right away. When he does, his voice is rough. I stopped counting after 30. The number knocks the air out of me. 30 timelines. I echo. 30 endings, he corrects. 30 times you tried to save yourself by leaving. And you? I ask. What happens to you? His smile is thin. I stay, he says. Long enough to watch the world correct itself. The room flickers violently. The air feels heavier, charged. That's what this is, I realize. The universe correcting a mistake. Liam meets my eyes. No, he says. It's the universe trying to separate us. A chill runs through me. And does it succeed? His gaze softens. Eventually, he admits. Something always breaks. A war. A collapse. A choice. And then I find you again, he says quietly. In another timeline. With another kiss. Silence stretches between us. I should be terrified. Instead, my heart aches with recognition. Because even without remembering, I miss him. And that's the most dangerous truth of all. Chapter 5, The Timeline We Hide In. We don't call it hiding. We call it resting. But the truth hums beneath every quiet moment. We are avoiding the future by pretending the present is enough. This timeline is small. A borrowed apartment with creaky floors. A window that lets in too much morning light. A neighborhood that doesn't ask questions when two men start showing up together like they've always belonged. Liam chooses it carefully. Nothing important happens here, he tells me. That's why it lasts. I don't ask how long lasting means. Days pass. Normal ones. We buy groceries. Argue about which coffee is terrible but drink it anyway. I learn the way Liam hums under his breath when he's nervous, and how he goes quiet when he's afraid. I fall in love with him again. Not all at once. Not like the kiss. This time, it's slow. It's the way he hands me a mug before I ask. The way his hand lingers at my back in crowded places. The way he looks at me like every second matters because it might be stolen. You're staring, I tease one night. He doesn't look away. I'm memorizing, he says. Just in case. My chest tightens. Sometimes I catch him watching the walls. Like he's listening for cracks. What are you afraid of? I ask softly. That you'll remember too much, he answers. And if I do? His smile doesn't reach his eyes. Then you'll leave, he says. To save yourself. I want to deny it. But something inside me shifts, uneasy, restless. Like a door I don't remember opening has started to creak. The dreams return. Stronger. I wake up with his name on my tongue. With grief that doesn't belong to this life soaking into my bones. One morning, I find him sitting on the floor, back against the couch, eyes closed like he never went to bed. You didn't sleep, I say. I didn't want to miss you waking up, he replies. That shouldn't feel like a goodbye. It does. We never talk about the future. Never say tomorrow like it's guaranteed. But we talk about staying. In smaller words. Stay here, I say instead of don't leave. I'm not going anywhere, he says instead of forever. And for a while. It works. Until the world starts noticing. The clock on the wall freezes at 3:17 for hours. Strangers repeat the same sentence twice. The sky flickers, just once, like a faulty screen. Liam stiffens beside me. Don't panic, he says quickly. It's just adjusting. Adjusting to what? I ask. His hand tightens around mine. to us, he says. And for the first time, I understand. This timeline isn't breaking because we're here. It's breaking because we're staying. Chapter 6, What Fate Takes Personally. The world doesn't collapse all at once. It nudges. Small things first. The kettle screams long after it should have shut off. The same song plays on 3 different radios in 3 different rooms. A woman on the street trips, stands, and trips again, like time forgot to move her forward. I notice. Liam feels it. His shoulders stay tense. His gaze flicks to corners that look empty to me. He starts counting things under his breath, seconds, steps, breaths, like rituals meant to hold reality together. Liam, I say one evening, touching his arm. You're shaking. He stills instantly, like he hadn't realized. It's getting louder, he admits. What is? Fate, he says. It hates being ignored. He finally tells me what he's been avoiding. We sit on the floor, backs against the couch, knees almost touching. Close enough to feel warmth. Far enough that the space between us hums. In most timelines, he begins, the universe doesn't interfere until later. Later than what? Later than love, he replies. My stomach drops. And this time, he says quietly, we fell too fast. I laugh once, sharp and disbelieving. So the universe is jealous. Liam's smile is thin. No, he says. It's territorial. He explains it like a scientist explaining a storm. There are fixed points, moments that must happen for reality to stabilize. Our separation is one of them. When we stay together past a certain point, he says, time starts applying pressure. To make us leave, I whisper. To make you leave, he corrects gently. The room flickers again. Harder this time. A picture frame shatters against the wall without being touched. I flinch. Liam's hand is on my back instantly. Hey, he murmurs. I've got you. The words unlock something inside me. A memory, no, a feeling, surges up. Blood on his hands. My voice screaming his name. A choice made too late. I pull away, breath ragged. That's why I run, I say. Because staying hurts worse. His eyes darken with understanding. Yes, he says softly. And because you'd rather lose me than watch the world end because of you. The pressure builds. Headaches. Static in the air. The sense of being watched by something that doesn't have eyes. One night, the power cuts out across the entire block, except our apartment. Lights blazing like a signal flare. Liam swears under his breath. We're a beacon now, he says. To what? To consequences. I take his hands. They want us apart, I say. Yes. And if we don't? His jaw tightens. Then fate escalates. Silence stretches. I should be afraid. Instead, something settles inside me. A strange, steady resolve. What if, I say carefully, running is the mistake? Liam looks at me like that thought terrifies him more than anything else. Evan, he warns, in every timeline where you stay too long, you get hurt. I squeeze his hands. And in every timeline where I leave, I reply, voice steady, you lose me anyway. The room hums louder. Outside, the sky flickers. And somewhere beyond time, something starts paying very close attention to us. Chapter 7, The Version of Me Who Always Leaves. The memory doesn't come gently. It hits me in the middle of an ordinary moment, Liam rinsing dishes, sleeves rolled up, sunlight catching in his hair like it's trying to memorize him too. My chest tightens. Then. I'm somewhere else. I'm standing on a bridge. Wind howls around us, cold and violent. Sirens wail in the distance. Liam's hands are on my arms, desperate, grounding. Please, he's saying. Not like this. My past self, another me, is crying. I can't do this again, I sob. I can't watch you die. I'm not dying, he insists. Not if you stay. But I already know what happens next. I pull away. The vision snaps back. I gasp, clutching the counter. Liam is beside me instantly. You remembered, he says. Not shocked. Resigned. I sink to the floor. All the running finally makes sense. I don't leave because I don't love him. I leave because loving him teaches me exactly where it hurts most. Every timeline, it's the same. Stay, and watch the world demand a price I don't think I can pay. Leave, and live with the guilt of surviving him. You always think you're saving me, Liam says softly, sitting across from me. But you're saving yourself. I don't want to be brave, I whisper. I just don't want to break. His eyes shine with something raw. And I don't want to keep finding you in pieces, he replies. The pressure intensifies. The city outside trembles, just once, like a warning shot. Cracks spiderweb across the window glass, then vanish. Liam grips my hands. They're forcing the choice, he says. They always do around now. Stay or leave, I murmur. Yes. My heartbeat roars in my ears. This is the moment. The one every timeline bends toward. I can feel the version of myself that always runs clawing at my ribs, screaming for escape. But there's another feeling too. Quieter. Stronger. Exhaustion. I'm tired of surviving without you, I say. Liam freezes. What? I'm tired of being the version of me who leaves. I continue, voice shaking but firm. Tired of thinking pain means failure. He looks at me like hope is a dangerous animal he doesn't dare touch. If you stay, he warns, you'll remember everything. I meet his eyes. Then let me remember, I say. Let me choose with my whole heart this time. The world holds its breath. Time leans in. And for the first time across every version of us, I don't step away. I stay. Chapter 8, Loving You is the Constant. Nothing explodes. That's the first surprise. I stay, and the world doesn't shatter into light or fire or noise. It just pauses. Like reality is stunned by the unfamiliar choice. Liam is staring at me. Not like he's afraid I'll disappear. Like he's afraid I won't. You stayed, he says quietly. I'm still here, I answer. I'm not running. His breath breaks on the exhale. The memories don't rush in all at once. They seep. I'll be brushing my teeth and suddenly remember his laugh echoing in a hallway that doesn't exist anymore. I'll close my eyes and feel the weight of his head on my shoulder in a life we never finished. They hurt. But they don't break me. Because this time, I'm not alone with them. We learn how to love inside the pressure. Gently. Intentionally. He asks before touching me now, like consent matters even to fate. Like he doesn't want to trigger something fragile. I'm the one who reaches first. My hand finds his. My thumb traces the scar on his collarbone. My forehead rests against his. You're real, I whisper. Always, he replies. You just forget. The second kiss is nothing like the first. There's no panic in it. No desperation. It's slow. A promise instead of a trigger. When our lips meet, the air hums, but it doesn't tear. The light softens instead of fracturing. Liam pulls back slightly, stunned. This never happens, he says. What? I ask. This kiss, he breathes. This choice. I smile, small and steady. Maybe the rule was never about starting, I say. Maybe it was about remembering. The world responds differently now. The flickering lessens. The pressure eases. The sky steadies into something blue and believable. Time doesn't retreat. It watches. Learning. Liam rests his forehead against mine. Loving you has always been the constant, he says. No matter how it ends. I shake my head. Not how, I correct softly. If. His eyes search mine. Evan, you sure? I answer without hesitation. I choose this, I say. I choose you, even if it scares me. He kisses me again. Not to escape. Not to reset. But to stay. And somewhere deep in the fabric of everything, the pattern begins to change. Chapter 9, When Time Tries to Tear Us Apart. The universe doesn't give up easily. If staying is rebellion, then what comes next is punishment. It starts with the noise. A low vibration under everything, like reality grinding its teeth. The air thickens. Words echo a second too late. Shadows hesitate before following their owners. Liam stiffens beside me. This is it, he says. What? I ask, even though my body already knows. Time doesn't negotiate forever. The sky fractures. Not into light this time, but into darkness. Cracks spread across the clouds like veins, pulsing with something alive. People freeze mid-step. Cars stop in intersections, engine still running, driver staring ahead with blank eyes. Only us. Only us can move. We're the problem, I whisper. Liam's hand tightens around mine. No, he says fiercely. We're the proof. The ground shakes. A building down the street folds in on itself like it forgot how to stand. Sirens scream, but they stretch and distort, like sound itself is being pulled apart. This is what happens, Liam says urgently. Every time we push past the limit, a force slams into us. Not physical. Emotional. Fear floods me, borrowed terror from every timeline I've ever lived. I see it all at once. The versions where I run. The versions where Liam dies alone. The versions where the world survives because we don't. Time is offering me mercy. Leave, and everything stabilizes. The pressure becomes unbearable. I drop to my knees, clutching my head. Evan, Liam says, crouching in front of me, eyes wild. Listen to me. His voice cuts through the chaos. If you go now, he says, I won't chase you this time. That stops me. What? You deserve a life without this, he continues, voice breaking. Without carrying the weight of worlds. He's offering himself as the sacrifice. Again. The familiar instinct roars to life. Run. Save him. Save everything. I look at him, really look at him. At the man who has loved me across time. At the man who remembers everything so I don't have to. No, I say. The word feels solid. Final. I grab his face, forcing him to meet my eyes. I won't leave you to fix the universe, I say. I won't turn love into a mistake. Time screams. The ground splits between us, but doesn't separate us. Liam's hands shake as they hold mine. Evan, he whispers. If you stay now? I know, I say softly. There's no resetting after this. I lean in. And I kiss him. Not because it's the rule. But because it's my choice. The darkness pauses. The cracks hesitate. And for the first time, time doesn't know how to respond. Chapter 10, The Choice That Was Never Made. The kiss doesn't end the chaos. It changes it. The darkness shudders, like something ancient just lost its footing. The cracks in the sky stop spreading. The screaming pressure eases, not gone, but confused. Liam pulls back, searching my face like he's afraid this moment might still vanish. You chose me, he says. Not a question. A realization. I chose us, I reply. Without conditions. Something shifts inside me. The memories finish assembling. Not in a rush. Not as pain. As context. I remember now. Every version of myself that ran wasn't weak. He was trying to be kind. He believed love meant sacrifice. That survival meant solitude. I see it clearly, the pattern wasn't fate punishing us. It was me refusing to believe love could coexist with consequence. And time kept testing that belief. The world trembles again. But this time, it bends instead of breaks. The frozen people blink, startled, then move again, unaware of how close everything came to ending. Cars start rolling. Sirens normalize. The sky stitches itself closed. Liam laughs, a quiet, disbelieving sound. It's stabilizing, he murmurs. I squeeze his hand. Because I stayed, I say. Because I didn't bargain. Time presses one last time. Not violently. Personally. A weight settles in my chest, an understanding rather than a threat. This timeline will not be easy. There will be loss. There will be pain. There will be consequences for defying the pattern. But there will also be mornings. Shared silence. Hands intertwined. Love that doesn't reset. Liam watches me, eyes shining. You're not afraid, he asks. I am, I admit. But I'm done confusing fear with destiny. He pulls me into his arms. For the first time, his hold isn't desperate. It's relieved. I spent lifetimes chasing you, he whispers into my hair. I don't know who I am if I stop. I smile against his shoulder. Then stay, I say. And find out with me. The world exhales. Time loosens its grip. And the choice that was never made finally holds. Chapter 11, The Timeline That Learns Us. The world feels different after. Not brighter. Not perfect. Quieter. Like something enormous has stepped back to observe instead of interfere. Liam notices it first. He stands at the window one morning, coffee cooling in his hands, eyes narrowed in concentration. It's not pushing, he says. I join him. Outside, the city moves normally, people arguing, laughing, living. No flickers. No fractures. Just time, unfolding the way it's supposed to. You sound surprised, I tease. I am, he admits. It's never done this before. Days pass. Then weeks. Nothing resets. Nothing collapses. The pressure that once lived under our skin fades into something manageable, like a scar instead of a wound. I still remember now. All of it. The love. The losses. The versions of us that almost made it. But remembering doesn't hurt the way it used to. Because every memory ends differently now. It ends with us staying. Liam changes. Not suddenly, but visibly. He sleeps through the night. He laughs without flinching. He stops scanning rooms like he's waiting for disaster. One evening, he admits it quietly. I don't feel like a guardian anymore. I glance at him. What do you feel like? He thinks for a moment. Someone allowed to want things. We test the world carefully. Plans scare us at first. But the first time we say next week and nothing breaks, I almost cry. The first time we talk about a future, not hypothetically, not carefully phrased, I do cry. Liam holds me like he's afraid I'll realize I can still leave. I won't, I promise. I know, he whispers. I finally know. Time still watches. I can feel it sometimes, a quiet awareness, curious rather than hostile. Like we've taught it something new. That love doesn't always need correction. That patterns can change. That staying can be as powerful as leaving. One night, Liam presses his forehead to mine. All those timelines, he murmurs. All that running. I smile softly. Practice, I say. For this one. He laughs, a real one, free and warm. And in the space between heartbeats, the universe learns how to let us live. Chapter 12, This is where we stay. There's no dramatic ending. No final fracture. No light swallowing the sky. Just a morning that arrives the way mornings should. Sunlight spills across the bed. The city hums softly outside the window. Liam's breathing is slow and even beside me, deep, unguarded. I watch him for a long moment. Not memorizing. Just being. We don't talk about timelines anymore. Not because they don't matter, but because they already did their work. They brought us here. They taught us what running costs and what staying requires. Love didn't erase the damage. It made it survivable. Later, we walk through the city hand in hand. No fear. No pressure. People pass us without looking twice. Time doesn't flinch. The world doesn't test us. It simply lets us exist. Liam squeezes my hand. You know, he says lightly, in every timeline, the first thing you ever do is kiss me. I smile. And in this one? I ask. He stops walking, turns to face me. In this one, he says, eyes warm, certain, you stay. I lean in and kiss him, not to start something, not to anchor anything. Just because I want to. If there are other timelines, they can keep their distance. This one is ours. No running. No resetting. Just two people who chose each other, and meant it. Every timeline started with your kiss. This one ends with us staying. And for the first time, time lets us. Special chapter, after the timelines. The thing about choosing to stay is this. Life immediately stops being cinematic. No glowing fractures. No dramatic music. Just Evan, Liam, and a stubborn coffee machine that hates us both. We move. Not because we're running from destiny. But because Liam wants windows with vibes, and I want a kitchen that doesn't look like it's judging me. Our new place is small. Bright. Loud in the mornings. The neighbors argue passionately at 7 a.m. Liam complains about them. I complain about the coffee. Neither of us fixes either problem. We argue about furniture. He wants minimalist. I want comfortable enough to nap accidentally. We compromise by buying a couch neither of us likes but both of us refuse to return. We lose keys. Constantly. At one point, Liam accuses the universe of stealing them on purpose. I remind him we defeated time itself, surely we can defeat a key hook. We cannot. We burn dinner. More than once. There is a brief but intense debate about whether blackened pasta counts as a new recipe. It does not. And yet, nothing breaks. No alarms in reality. No ominous humming. No fate throwing a tantrum. Just smoke. And laughter. And ordering takeout. Some nights, we lie on the floor instead of the bed. No reason. Just comfort. Liam traces invisible shapes on my arm like he's doodling happiness. You know what scares me the most? He asks. I turn toward him. What? That I'm happy, he says. And nothing terrible is happening. I grin, kiss his temple. That's not fear, I say. That's withdrawal. You're detoxing from drama. He snorts. Rude. Time becomes background noise. Birthdays show up without consequences. Rain falls without panic. Kisses happen without the universe flinching. Sometimes I still dream. But the dreams don't end in loss anymore. They end with us oversleeping and blaming each other. Months later, we stand on a bridge. Not that bridge. A normal one. Safe. Boring. Liam grips the railing, then laughs. I used to hate these, he says. I know, I reply. You looked like you were about to monologue every time. He bumps my shoulder. Then he looks at me, really looks. Thank you, he says. For staying when it was easier to leave. I squeeze his hand. Thank you, I say, for loving me through every version until I learned how to relax. We kiss. The world does not shake. The sky does not crack. Time does not interfere. It just lets us be annoying and in love. And honestly, after everything, that feels like the happiest ending of all. The end. If this story stayed with you, even for a moment, leave a like, a comment that the chapter you liked the most, and subscribe BL Without Labels, so we can meet again in the next timeline.